There we go.
Yep. Welcome to Goodwood Aerodrome and Spitfire Academy. My name is Mats Johansson. I'm about to take my first flight in a Spitfire. I'm a PPL license holder and a typical small airplane guy, used to be flying gliders, Piper Cubs, Tiger Moths and de Havilland Chipmunks, for instance. This is the first time in the Spitfire. My instructor pilot for the day is David Keane, and we are about to take a 45-minute flight out over the English countryside. Soon, when the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine is warmed up, we will be able to taxi to the holding position to do our run-up. The brake system is pneumatic, as is the flap system, so it makes funny noises like an old school bus when taxiing. Now we're at the holding position for runway 32 and we do the final checks before takeoff. When the pre-flight checklist is complete, we line up on the runway. Here we go. The sound of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine during takeoff is really superb. The acceleration is really good and the takeoff run is surprisingly short. David let me have the controls so I can try out the Spitfire. The control forces are very light and this is a very nice handling aeroplane. I'm mostly enjoying the view, looking out the beautiful elliptical shape of the Spitfire wing over the green countryside of Isle of Wight. Wow! So we're moving out towards the Needles of Isle of Wight. And the Spitfire cruises happily about 220 miles per hour easily, so it's moving fast. see how tight the turns can be made, and this is in the airspace where the Battle of Britain happened. The Spitfire is a really maneuverable aircraft, and it's really nice to do steep turns like this. Is there a better way of looking at the Needles Lighthouse than from the wing of a Spitfire? Now it's time to do some gentle aerobatics. We start with ordinary aileron rolls. The ailerons are powerful and the stick forces are very light. Start with raising the nose about 20 degrees over the horizon, and then over with the stick to the left. Easy. It's so fun and easy. Let's make another one. Now we do a wing over. We pull up in the maneuver and almost touching the cloud base here. And then looking down over the wings of the Spitfire, down over the green countryside over Isle of Wight. Beautiful. Now it's time to do some loopings. So the elevator is really sensitive, so we just pull up slightly, check that the wings are level towards the horizon here. And then when we're over on our back, we check the horizon again. Easy on the controls, very, very easy handling airplane in the looping maneuver. It is really great. That's the old airfield, Roth Torney Island, we're flying over here. This is my first looping from inside the cockpit, and it's just a little over 3G, so it's really, really easy maneuver to do in the Spitfire. It's very, very sensitive, as we said, on the elevator, so you have perfect control in the maneuver. Really enjoyable, and not more than 3.5 G at the most. Coming home over the airfield, one of the mechanics took this nice film with me flying the Spit over Goodwood Aerodrome. Great. Here we are on a curved approach to runway 32. We have a bit of a crosswind today with the wind in from the left, and David does an excellent wheeler landing. The light wing loading and the effective flaps make the threshold speed of the Spitfire as low as 90 miles per hour. Taxiing in after a really nice flying experience in the Spitfire TR9 with my elbows over the cockpit side, of course. That was really nice to be a Spitfire pilot for a little while, and big thanks to Dave to let me sit in the front cockpit as well. Really nice team at the Spitfire Academy at Goodwood Aerodrome. Highly recommend this. Thank you for watching, and as Spitfire pilots say, tally ho!